because you're feeling the topic. You might have been thinking it to yourself. Right now, I'm headed to an interview for a new company. Just trying something new, something different, sort of like an apprentice. And the field is plumbing. Just want to look into different avenues, to see if anything else piques my interest. That's the reason for the topic today, or early in the day. Try something new, man. Maybe that's one of the reasons why you feel so wound up, or uh, you feel out of order. Maybe it's because you've been doing the same thing and you may need to try something different. So think about that. Right now, I'm driving damn near 30 miles, which is out of my, you know, travel location, honestly, 'cause I ain't with driving no goddamn 30 miles, 40 miles just to go to work. But at the same time, it could be interesting. So that's one of the reasons why I'm going. The traffic earlier made me say to myself, shit, I might turn back. Shit. I mean, because I got two other job offers that may be good opportunities, especially the one that contacted me because of my the years of experience that I have as far as being a technician in the fitness uh, world. So that right there, being as though I've been my occupation, I've had about 3 or 4 years of experience when it comes to tech work with uh, fitness equipment, digital equipment, the treadmills, anything field is booming, and it's only progressing higher and higher. A lot more people are working out. A lot more people are taking care of themselves, getting healthy. So these gyms and fitness centers, they're really, really starting to pop up out of nowhere. Home gyms, everything. So it's actually a lucrative business. If you know what you're doing. So that may be. Uh, I may end up going that route because I ended up sending an email back to the company, letting them know that I didn't live in Charlotte, because when I read the email, they were talking about how I would fit the job perfectly. I'll fit right in, and they like the experience that I've had, and they don't, they know they basically don't have to train me too much. There's some equipment because this company is working with Peloton, and the company that I worked with before, I don't want to get them no plug, you know what I mean? Because they did some. Well, it wasn't the company that I got hired by because we got bought out by a bigger company. But yeah, we didn't work with Peloton. It's a few other manufacturers, equipment manufacturers that I haven't worked with. I've mainly worked with like Life Fitness, Matrix, Nautilus, Star Trek. You know, it's a few more that I can't think of at the moment. But yeah, I mean, so this could be very, very interesting as far as working with Peloton if I was given that opportunity, because I know Peloton, those bikes and that equipment is expensive. We didn't work on Peloton because Peloton had their own technicians. You see, so being as though I've been given I might have been, this might be an opportunity to work with a company that works on Peloton. This could be, I mean, I could be making a lot more money than I was before. So I'm excited. I'm just, and this is another thing I didn't say. I was too busy talking about the companies. When I emailed them and I told them I wasn't in Charlotte, they emailed me back and said that's our mistake. We didn't change the cover letter, and they said we also have basically a company in Georgia. There's like that's the branch that we would like you to work for if you like to come in for an interview, possibly work for. So that right there was mind blowing. I was like, oh, okay, okay, because I thought the job offer was for Charlotte. I mean, now if they would help me relocate, I would have probably thought about it, because my son's only like an hour away from Charlotte, maybe like an hour and a half. So I would have possibly thought about it. He's only an hour and a half, 2 hours away now. So maybe you should try something new, man. I mean, because a lot of times, man, it's because we might be around the same things, we around the same people with the same negativity or the same frame of mind. They don't look outside of the box. They really don't try to apply what they talk about. And when it comes to getting this money, you can't or maintaining, because I don't want to make this shit all about money. What's going on? What's going on? If y'all feeling this, man, go ahead, like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, man, because I'm only talking shit. I want to get on here and represent the intellectual brother and sister that, you know, that's just tired of the bullshit. Because every content creator not rich. And not on social media balling. And I'm not doing bad. I'm doing fairly well as far as when it comes to being a citizen, and I'm not gonna say average, but a little above average. I'll say that. Now I can end up in the same situation as everybody else because I'm an investor. So if the stock market and the crypto market was the tank, I'd be in the figure four leg lock too out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of the tools and vehicles that I've used to maintain for the last. I mean, well, I've been afloat above water for about 10 years plus now. I haven't been broke in a long time, which is not something, I'm not bragging about it. I mean, I always go to work. That's what I mean. I don't sit around too long and play any games with my livelihood. I might take a break, because I always save, man, and invest. I'm not the type of person that like to live check to check. I can't live like that. I can't. That shit make my skin crawl. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to get to this money. I got to have a couple. If I don't got at my age, if I don't got 25K or better, and for real, I'm not comfortable unless I'm sitting on 100. I'm not comfortable. I feel like the walls is closing in around this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I got to stay with a couple dollars. I don't see how a nigga can be broke. You know what I mean? I don't even like to affiliate myself with niggas that don't want to get no money. Now, if you don't know how to get some money, we can learn how to get some money. But if you fucking up the money, you got to get the fuck away from me. I can't, because we gonna blow the bag a little bit, but we ain't going broke, nigga. I don't like how that shit. Whew, it's been a long time since I had that feeling right there. I don't know what that's like, for the last 10 plus years to be nervous when it comes to like, week to week. I can't do that to myself because I already got too many screws loose out this bitch as it is. I don't need to have that one on my head. Shit, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, get to that money, and I mean, make sure you maintain it. I'm not on this motherfucker talking about you need to be buying Porsche Cayennes and 757s and I ain't talking about all that. You got to be Balenciaga, dog. Fuck all that shit. Because you ain't going to do nothing but go broke spending your money on a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean? Nah, you got to make sure that listen, if it came down to it, man, I'm going to do what I need to do. Everything will get cut the fuck off if my pockets start getting thin. I'm talking about whatever habits I got, because I like to play the lottery a little bit. I like to buy my crypto, and if I get to that point where I can't, indulge in some of the things that I enjoy, oh yeah, shit getting cut the fuck off. Hey, listen, I'm trying to tell you, shit, I'm back. This shit is 28 miles. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm trying something different, I would have turned my ass around. Look at that. Look at the traffic around over there. God damn. Nah, nah, nah. That shit is lots of shit going on. Yeah, fuck all that. That traffic is heavy. For real. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Shout out to everybody that's still with me live. You know, that's all we gotta do is survive. But I know it's a lot of people out there tired of doing that shit. And the truth of the matter is, that's the reason why you gotta link up. People out here scared to link up. They always trying to use somebody, as a welcome mat to get ahead. Motherfucker always want to use you as a ladder. Always want to use you as a boost out this bitch. And then the minute they get over the wall, they forget you was standing there and let them use their knee, your knee, or gave them a hand and a boost to get over that bitch. So believe me, man, I understand. Shit is tight. This economy is the way it's set up. You got to have two incomes. If you're not making enough, so I get it, man. I understand the struggle. That's the reason why I refuse to put myself in a situation where that the money low. I gotta figure it out. I can't, like I said, I can't take that shit. I've been there, I done watched, and that shit came from being young. Not ever getting what you wanted, watching people, eating your face. I mean, shit, it was times I ain't having it, still broke bread. And I witness people that say they care about you, eat right in your face and all that shit. You know, they don't ask you if you're good. And and as I grew, got older, it made me wonder, like, what in the hell? Like, why are people why are people like that? But, you know, it made me realize that I gotta always have my own, you know? So try something new. Uh, Try to get out here and do what make you feel good, bring some balance to your life, you know, and stop living for everybody else, man. I'm telling you, trying to tell you, boy. I mean, shit. I'm gonna keep bringing up basketball because it's not. I'm gonna say it again. It's not just about basketball. But the minute I got back out and I started being active again. Not going. I'm not talking about going to clubs and bars and hanging out because I was doing that at least once a week, every other week, 3 times a month, 4 times a month. I would go out maybe. You know, that activity it was cool, but you meet a lot of people that want to party. That want to just enjoy the nightlife. I want to buy some land. I want to start getting around people that can help me, inform me, and educate me on ways to fight the system. When it comes to buying land, when it comes to investing, when it comes to all the some of the tools, I can't say because you can't acquire them all, but you can acquire as many as you can to learn how to combat the system. You see what I'm saying? Those are the type of people that I'm trying to run into. And not only that, people that are upbeat, that want to be healthy, that want to take care of themselves, that want to be physically fit, that want to learn from their mistakes, grow, build. Those are the types of people that I have to be around because that's how I feel. I'm highly motivated. I don't need anyone to tell me to get up. Get it together. Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that anyway. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just wanted to come to y'all, holler at y'all, see what's going on, and let you know, man, that you got that shit. You the key, and maybe it's something you know that you've been doing that you don't realize isn't working anymore, and it's time to try something new. I'm gonna go ahead and shout out everybody. Shout out to Jerome. Shout out to hey Lou, what's up? Shout out to Lou. It's always good, man. Uh, it's French people in the live stream. Shout out to the French. Mon Cherie out there. You know what I'm saying? Uh, what else? Poor by choice, and I'm not late. Yeah, right, right. Some people poor by choice. You ain't lying. He said, I hate Jews to struggle. I arrived in it, huh? Pulled up like the drive-through. Shit. Hey, man, get out here and try something new, y'all. One love, man.